Collapsible mobility scooters can be carried in the wheelchair accessible vehicles. We've launched this with Liberty Buses Assistance, a wheelchair assistance training programme which a number of taxi drivers have now successfully undertaken and have really appreciated. We are interested in a requirement for everyone who enters the taxi industry from now on to have an accessible vehicle. And we're introducing a requirement for disability awareness training for all new taxi drivers, and over time that will be rolled out to the existing drivers. And we continue to review these somewhat. We're undertaking supply and demand surveys, and we'll continue to review how we're meeting the need out there. We obviously welcome any comments that this group is able to provide. In addition to that, we're also working with Planning and Environment to help develop the future St Helier strategy. And the piece of work that we undertook last year was a movement strategy around about St Helier. What happens basically is in the mornings, there's a very tidal flow of traffic, so in the mornings you've got all the traffic coming into town, in the evenings you've got all the traffic coming out of town, and that creates a barrier to movement. And so we've done some analysis on the junctions where people are trying to cross, and we're looking at different interventions we can make in those areas in order to more fairly distribute the space that's available within the road so that pedestrians get as much space as they require, and to balance off the needs of drivers, but also to make the roads easy to cross in those locations with the highest number of conflicts. Individual schemes will be consulted on as the budgets come forward and they're progressed, and we're also undertaking a car park modernisation programme, which we've completed some concrete protection work and remarking work at Pier Road and Sand Street, and the next one will be Minden Place, where we've tried to make the blue badge parking spaces more usable. We've not been able to increase the numbers, and as we review the numbers each quarter, but we think what we're providing in terms of supply meets demand roughly, but what we're trying to do is make the spaces wider so they're easier to use and easier to manoeuvre into. And that's my very short overview.
Okay, well, can we stop there and ask, is there any specific questions for Tristen before we move?
Yes, I've got a question.
Yeah, fine.
Hi Tristen, my name's Jenny Stafford. I'm a guide dog owner, and we have guide dog owners in Jersey and also the UK face a lot of difficulty with trying to get a taxi, particularly when you come out of the airport or things. So have you like put that into your thing as regards taxi drivers being able, like accepting guide dogs?
Yes, we
put a law or something like that.
After we spoke to you, I think it was last year when we were at the town hall, we put in the requirement that taxi drivers must accept guide dogs in the front footwell. I think that was the front footwell. Sorry, I might have it.
And if there's providing they don't have an airbag.
Correct.
If they have an airbag, it's illegal to go in the front.
Yes, yeah, and they turn off the front airbags. So we've acted up on that, and that's included in our requirements for vehicles now, isn't it?
On the condition of vehicle licence.
Yeah, so that's done.
Okay.
And it will be a disciplinary matter under the...
So if the taxi driver refuses to take the guide dog, unless he can prove he's got an allergy to dogs or something like that, then it'll be a matter of discipline.
And if he refuses, it says that he can't turn off the airbag, is that a disciplinary matter as well? Can they be reported?
I'm not aware of any vehicles where you can't turn off the airbags.
I've been told that quite numerous times from particularly the taxi companies, that they can turn off the airbag.
I would be interested to hear if you could supply details of those companies, because all modern vehicles you can turn off airbags, because you need to be able to carry children sometimes in the front seat.
Correct.
And if they're in a child seat, they need to have the airbags turned off.
Yeah, if you could furnish us with the...
Yeah, that sounds like someone putting a fast one to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I did think that. I'm just curious.
Okay. Steve?
Just one quick, you made reference to mapping of supply and demand.
Yes.
Is the current supply meeting demand, or is there a shortfall?
Tony's just completed the unmet demand surveys.
You'll be pleased to hear that the unmet demand surveys were carried out starting in 2010, and the last one was completed in October 2016. The availability of wheelchair accessible vehicles has increased and improved. There's definitely increased, about 30% improvement. However, there is still an unmet demand on certain times of the week. What has come out of the surveys is very clear is a lot of people pre-book and have a regular use of WAB or and there is a shortfall on certain days of the week, Thursday's one in particular, where supply doesn't meet demand. You can have to wait up to 4 hours for a vehicle to become available. But it has, it's not ideal, but it has improved significantly from 2010. Now, you'd expect that because, as Chris has said, there are more WAG type vehicles and they have to remain with a pre-booking entity. So there's more available on the street, but also more available to pre-hire. But we are still working on it, and we are just about to meet each individual company to explain their performance under the unmet demand survey, so hopefully there will be a continuing improvement going forward.
The other thing I would add is, what I put up there is we've now got a 20% accessible fleet that's available on the rank. Some of those gentlemen are people who are just starting, so that's quite recent, so the impact of having those extra vehicles on the rank hasn't filtered through yet in terms of our survey work.
Angela, did you have a question?
Yes, and just a comment as well about the guide dogs. There are other assistive dogs. I know in law it talks about guide dogs, but since that law was enacted, there are a lot of other assistive dogs. For example, hearing dogs from deaf. And I know that some people are unable to use taxis for a similar thing that they have from guide dogs. So I don't know whether you're going to cover assistive dogs using, because normally they'll have a jacket on. So that was just to add to that.
I think that's a really useful comment, and we can do that. Yes, yeah, that's what should be done.
And usually all dogs will have an assistive, they'll have a jacket on of some sort, and will be a working dog. The other thing was really about your awareness training, because I know you've done a lot of awareness training around disabilities. And it's a bit like the Fourth Bridge, you have to keep reinventing it and keep doing it and updating it. And I know that you're saying you're doing that for new people, but you're also doing it for your existing. And do you have like a rolling programme where you actually keep updating that?
5 years is the intention.
Every 5 years. Thank you.
I think Nikki would like it.
Got a question in the back, please?
Dave Walters, Headway. What ID bus passes?
Yes.
What are the examples of the authorised signatures?
I'm going to have to check my list here, or else. Nick, could you say what the...
Is it GPs?
Yeah, it's...
I can't hear it.
I can't, there was a...